Well, I can't do the review like that. This is Mime for a Change, and this was an episode that had the potential to be on my top 10 Powerpuff Girls episodes, or at least one of the standout episodes of the season, but it sort of fell apart towards the end. Basically, the episode is you have a clown doing a birthday party, and all I could think of during that was the Be a Clown episode of Batman animated series where a clown shows up to a kid's birthday party. It's really the Joker, but I digress. And in true comic book superhero fashion, gets hit by a car, a bleach, and somehow that turns him into a mime, which, if we've learned anything from Dexter's Laboratories, that mimes are the arch enemy of clowns. So not only does he loses his color, loses his sound, and he basically just starts taking all the color out of Townsville and making everything silent. And I'm gonna try and do an effect on the video if YouTube allows it, where it turns everything black and white. If not, oh well. But anyway, so that happens, and the girls notice it, and Bubbles completely loses it and goes into that adorable, hilarious, high-pitched voice that only Tara Strong can do that well, and just starts I can't do it. And then the Blossom and Buttercup get captured and lose their color and sound and are in some way dead. But then through the power of rock and roll, they bring back the color, restore the clown, still beat him up because he committed a crime even though he was completely crazy and evil. And that's the end of the episode. So this episode was a mixed bag, as I was going to say. There was a lot of stuff in it that I thought was really, really good. And then there was some stuff where I'm like, why'd you have to go and do that? You're doing so well. First off, love the villain. Tom Kenny nails that clown. Like, he sounds really good as a clown. Like, even though he's using a similar voice to the one he uses as Ice King and Mumbo from Teen Titans and a bunch of other characters, it still sounds unique. It still works, and I don't care at all. Also, oh my gosh, the animation in this episode was great. Like, I love the black and white effect. It looks so good. And the transitions of black and white, and especially the sound. Like, it was really chilling when the sound would just suddenly cut out. And why do I have a mark on my eye? Cut out. And just something about the way that was done was really effective, and it created this creepy atmosphere. And it's something Genndy Tartakovsky would do. Like, he's always talking about how it's really effective when there's all this sound and then suddenly everything gets quiet. And yeah, it's really effective and it creates atmosphere. I guarantee you Tartakovsky was the one doing that, because he's all about atmosphere and doing stuff. And he did something similar to this on Samurai Jack with the sound, but really effective. And yeah, it was creepy. So the frustrating part of this is that this episode falls to the problem that a lot of potentially great Powerpuff Girls episodes fall to, which is that, a solution will just come out of nowhere. And I'm not talking like Deus Ex Machina, like Avatar, where a lion turtle show up, because they're turn. But this is like literally like he'll right into a corner, and then suddenly this will happen and fix everything. And it was so random. It's like they just start playing, singing, and performing. Like, suddenly the girls are fine. Like, where did this come from? How is this able to fix everything? Is their superpower amplify music? I mean, don't get me wrong. The song and the music video was really well done, but it felt like you could have done this as a shorter music video for a couple minutes, like at the end of an episode, or as its own thing. Like, it feels so like, I don't understand why you had to have this in the middle of the episode. It just seemed so random. Like, everyone jokes about how in musicals characters tend to break into song a lot. But, there's some lead in here. It's just, we're just suddenly going to start doing a musical number. A well-done song, and now I know where the image of the girls playing guitar comes from. But yeah, it's just so random. And I mean, at first I thought my only gripe with the episode was going to be some of the corny dialogue, like Blossom saying, spread out and look for clues for the umpteenth time this show, but this was far worse. Again, it wasn't a bad episode, it was pretty good, and again, if people want to hail this as one of the great ones, I don't blame them. In fact, this probably was one of the better episodes of the season. I'm just looking through what I did here. Yeah, I haven't done any in italics. It's weird. Anyway. So, yeah, so that's all I have to say. Just a quick note. How many voices did Tom Kenny do this episode? Like, he usually doesn't error, but there was so many additional voices he did, from the clown to the bus driver to the police officer. Like, I mean, they're really using Tom Kenny to their full advantage. Because I think the thing is that it's cheaper to just have one actor do several voices than to just bring in an actor to do stuff. So, for like the police officers and the random civilians, it's a lot easier just to have one of the main actors do that voice than to just bring someone in to do them. But yeah, I think this is a record for it. And there were also some cool cameos. Like, there was a shot where I saw George Jetson. Man, Hanna-Barbera loves their callbacks. And I'm not sure I can't remember the name of it, but I remember there was this one Dexter's Lab short where Dee Dee was watching TV and she learns this dance. It's sort of like the moonwalk. I mean, I'll try to do it. It's like... I don't have a full enough camera, but there's an episode where the whole short is her doing that moonwalk dance, and those guys from the TV, I'm pretty sure I saw them in the episode. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But I mean, it would make sense since these Jendy and Craig seem pretty tight. I mean, considering how they referenced Dexter's Lab once, and this show is borrowing elements from that. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I'm just looking here to see if I have anything else. Oh yeah, but it seems like a healthy exchange. Like, I do really like the partnership between Jendy and Craig. And how even when the show is borrowing from Dexter's Laboratory, it's just borrowing. Like, it's not like we're just going to take something Dexter's Lab did and just recreate it. I mean, actually, I have to look when these episodes aired, because, I mean, these shows were going on at roughly the same time, so I'd be curious to know, like, if the clown episode I'm talking about was aired after this or before this. I don't know. Now, the next two episodes of Powerpuff Girls are interesting in that they're a full 20 minutes. So, it might be a little harder for me to find time to watch a 20-minute episode and then record a vlog about it. But I will. I mean, thankfully I don't have to worry about time as much and hiatuses just because I have so many of these recorded by now. I mean, I recorded this in the summer, and I don't know when you guys are going to see it, but it's probably going to be months after I record this. So if I was doing this normally where I just rapid-fired these out, it would be like, well, now you're going to have an even longer hiatus because now I need to find 20 minutes. But hopefully at some point I'm going to find 20 minutes to just, actually half an hour to just watch the episode and record it for the two. And then I'll probably do, like, what I thought of Season 1 overall, just quickly say what I thought the highs and lows of it were. I mean, it really doesn't matter since they're all one-offs, but I just want to do that anyway, and then we'll see. But yeah, odds are you guys aren't going to feel the weight of this, so I'm probably going to find time between now and when this goes up to it, and by then, the remaining Season 1 vlogs will be up, and problem. So, let me ask, I normally ask what you thought of the episode. I mean, I'm sure there's just one person who comments on all my vlogs who's probably going to give his 2 cents. But for him and for anyone else watching this, what do you fear more, clowns or mimes? Did you ever fear clowns? Did you ever fear mimes? I know there was this one time I was a little kid, I hated the circus, but I think that was just more due to me hating loud noises when I was little than anything. But yeah, just tell me about your fear below, or don't tell me if you don't want to tell me. And this is JStar260, and let me actually see what the next episode is. I'm pretty sure it's Rowdyruff Boys. which who are Rowdyruff Boys and Dynamo. That should be interesting. And wow, I just realized Rowdyruff Boys is the last episode of Powerpuff Girls to air before the Phantom Menace comes out, which kind of random, but I mean, considering how Jendi Tartakovsky, who works on the show, is such a huge Star Wars nerd, which, I mean, as evidenced by the amount of times he references Star Wars, like, it is something interesting. But anyway, I'm done. This is JStar60, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, take care, and keep the color going.